Okay, well, this is my second video that I'm shooting. I don't really that much to talk about, but the Olympics. How about the Olympics? Let's talk about the Olympics. The Olympics is looks like a really interesting game to me. Let's compare it to wrestling. To wrestling, it's like the WrestleMania for gymnastics and all those other things. But the difference is they have to wait 4 years. I've always wondered, why does it have to be 4 years? Why 4 years? You know, 4 years is a long time to wait for a competition. Why can't they have one every year? 4 years? That's a long time to wait. But hey, if they're willing to wait 4 years, that's fine with me. I'm not really into watching the Olympics. I'll just catch a glimpse of it and I'm not a really Olympic watching kind of guy, but I watch it. It's all right. Um, I usually just watch the opening because the opening is the best one, and the best one was this year. I didn't really watch that much of it, but I remember in 2004 I watched the opening, and it was pretty amazing. As much as I remember, I just watched the countries walk in, um, and it was amazing. Um, like I said before, I really don't get into it. I don't really see a need to get into it, but it's okay. Um, Another thing. What else? It's another thing. The presidential campaign. I can't vote yet, but the thing that's getting me is Dick. What? Not Dick Cheney. What's that guy's name? I don't remember what his name is, but I know he's old. The old dude, the old white-haired dude, is making all these bad remarks about Barack Obama. Now, if I was voting, yes, I would vote for Barack Obama, but that's not the problem. The problem is Barack is not making bad commercials about McCain. McCain is just making bad commercials about Barack. And I think that's just what the Democrats do. I'm not really into the political thing because I can't vote yet. But, you know, you still have to look at that. You still have to look at that because, next year I will be a voter, so, I have to look at it. So, anyway, back to watching wrestling, sorry. But yeah, that's what's happening. And the the thing with the WWE, it's crazy, and TNA. I don't know which one is better or who, but right now TNA is just kicking the crap out of WWE. And they're the big major for me. The big major factor is the female wrestlers. The female wrestlers are better than the male wrestlers in TNA. In the WWE, their women's division stinks. It stinks, But in TNA, there's more female storylines, more actual fighting, no bra and panties and ooh ah. I like watching that, but I like watching pure wrestling. And TNA's women's division is way better than WWE's women's division. Now I'm not just saying that. It is a perfect fact. Yes, TNA has absolutely gorgeous women, just as WWE does. And I don't think WWE can say they have the most beautiful women in the world. They don't have the most beautiful women in the world. They're just saying that. Yes, their women are beautiful, or what people think is beautiful. I just believe that it's not fair that the WWE's bragging that they have the most beautiful women in the world and they're the women that are the best athletes. That's a lie. WWE, the women who are wrestling now, there's only like maybe 2 or 3 who are actual wrestlers, capable wrestlers. But the rest are just there for show. None of the other women can fight. None of the other women can, actually wrestle. And the thing that made me upset was that Candice Michelle became the WWE Women's Champion. She's never had the credentials to be. She doesn't even look like she has the credentials to be a champion. Nothing against Candice Michelle, but I believe that she doesn't have the credentials to be a women's champion. Being the women's champion is like being the WWE champion, but for females. Now, Candice Michelle is not a Trish Stratus. She's not a Fabulous Moolah. She's not a Lita. She's not a Chyna. But, she's not as good or not even at the level of those female wrestlers. And I'm not just saying that, but it's a proven fact. She probably only has like two moves in her package. Two moves, and she's a women's champion. Yes, she's hot, but she's not a good wrestler. She's not a good wrestler. She's never been a good wrestler. She's a good manager. I'm not saying that. I'm not degrading her or something like that. It may sound like it, but I'm just look at the facts. Look at Trish Stratus's matches. Look at Lita's matches. Look at all the female wrestlers in the past, and look at Candice Michelle. Not even close. Not even good enough to be a women's champion. To me, she's not good enough to be a women's champion, and she became women's champion in 2007. I think WWE was just feeling bad for her and decided, oh yeah, let's make her women's champion. I don't think she's earned the opportunity to be the women's champion, and that's my if you just things like that in the women's division, things like that. The WWE, the TNA World Knockout Champion, women's champion, is Taylor Wilde. Now she deserves to be women's champion. Yeah, she's hot, but she's proven and shown that she could make it to and beyond. I just don't think it's fair that women like Candice Michelle in WWE are getting recognized for being the best competitors when TNA is blowing their women's division out of the water. Now their male competition, it can go back and forth, but their women's division has no competition. WWE's women's competition has no, for maybe like two, have no competition to the TNA's women's division. They can't touch the women's division at all. But that's all right. That's just what I think. That's just what I think. And if you I always compare the women's wrestling to TNA. I mean the WWE and TNA. TNA's willing to take risks with their women competitors. They're treating them like true competitors and not just women. WWE's just treating their ladies just like women. Not as, oh well, they're this or they're that, the most beautiful women in the world. The WWE just, at some points they're just wrong, and at other points they're right. That's another thing. And that's pretty much all I have to say. So thanks for watching.